everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Colette here today from Witch Ways, and today I want to talk to you about 3 different spells for charming matches. I love having pre-charmed objects around for when I'm tired or fatigued, and it's also a really great practice for those of you who are not out as a witch or have places you need to be discreet. I hope you enjoy. Let me know in the comments which of these spells you would use most frequently in your life as a witch. Pre-charmed matches are awesome. I love them. It's sort of like having an intention in a box ready to go. And it's just like plants. It adds a little oomph to your magic for days you're not really feeling it. You can also do a general charming on matches just to enhance any magic you're doing at all and keep it really simple. And you don't have to have timing or other objects. And to do this, what I like to do is center myself, feel energy in my body, ground and center. And I do this by pulling in a little energy from earth and sky. Then I imagine that energy being warm and meeting in my center, that energy of earth and sky, and flowing down my arms and hands into the matches. And then I whisper a general intention into those matches, or just hold that intention in my mind. For me, that might be something like, may my magical work be pleasing in all the realms, or may these matches help me activate my magical purpose. Or it could be something like, may these matches enhance and strengthen the magic that I do in a way that is beneficial for me. Let's jump into charging your matches with a specific purpose. And this looks like charging a whole box of matches or a book of matches with a specific intention or theme. And you can then use these matches anytime you light candles, when you're doing that type of spell, or when you're lighting incense or clearing herbs for that particular theme, or for when you're burning things like an intention for that particular theme. Okay, let's start with charming matches for celebrations, adding joy, ease, and enhancing the magic around any kind of holidays, full moons, meeting with covens, dinners with friends, or when you're having family members over that maybe some of them might be difficult. It just sort of helps ease the way if that's what you want. It's a little bit like working with sacred hospitality. It just gives you a little warmth underneath everything to make it go a little better. I think it would be ideal to do this particular intention during the daytime, maybe at noon, to really call on that power of the sun, the expansion, warmth, abundance. You could also do this on a Sunday or call in a solar deity if you work with deities. To start, just choose a warm colored plate of some kind or lay down a warm colored cloth on your altar and place your matches on that. Then I'm going to place 3 herbs around the match boxes, and I'm going to do that because I'm using the number 3 as a form of number magic, because 3 is about flow and ease. And so the herbs I'm going to use is cinnamon bark for protection, enhancing magic, warmth, marjoram for love, friendship, happiness, and celebration, and St. John's wort for fire spirits and protection, and calling in a little bit of creativity. So as you place these herbs, ask them to bring their properties into the spell, and then you can think of things like sacred hospitality or joy, or add other words, and then just charge them again the way I described above, and whispering or speaking your intention and letting go of it, and that's how you do it. And of course, you can charge things however is right for you, or if you have that skill. But I like to add a skill in there just in case you don't. I like to do this next one on a dark moon, a waning moon, or maybe at midnight if you're a night owl. I'm not a night owl. I'm asleep by 8:30 or 9:30. This one is for charging matches with banishing work. And start your practice however is right for you. Set out a black cloth or a black plate to represent below and night. Lay your matches down on top of it, and then have 2 white candles to represent above. Light the candles and say something like, I charge these matches with the power of banishing. May all that is harmful be burned away whenever I use these matches. Then you can burn a little bit of agrimony for repelling negative energies and sending them away, and blue vervain for extreme banishing and clearing. And this isn't a perfumey fragrance. It just smells like burning leaves and smoke, but it's very witchy and very powerful. And I just usually do this by sprinkling some of the dried herbs over a little bit of charcoal in a fireproof container. And then I pass the matches through the smoke several times, and I let those 2 candles burn all the way out. In this spell, I use the power of the number 2. And in this particular piece of magic, that is representing the power of restoring equilibrium and balance to yourself or your home. And you can use these charged matches for lighting candles anytime you do banishing spells, for lighting herbs to clear your house, or to light a spell intention for banishing, and then just burn that spell intention that's written on a piece of paper in a fireproof container. And my third theme is abundance, and this spell can be done on a full moon or a waxing moon that's really close to a full moon. Lay out a cloth or a plate that you think is very beautiful and feels abundant and wonderful to you. A lot of people like green or gold colors for this purpose, but again, that's up to you. Lay your boxes out on the cloth or the plate, and then you can also lay out things that represent abundance to you. That might be old coins from places your ancestors lived, and a lot of people lay down actual money on that altar or plate. But again, that's up to you. Surround your matches with autumn leaves if you have any. I always like to gather a basketful or a bag full to dry to use throughout the year. And autumn leaves can be used for the bounty of the harvest season, or they can be used to release things, just the way that trees release their leaves as they're preparing for winter. If you don't have autumn leaves, nuts are great. They're a little bit different and they have their own properties, but they're very similar. They also represent the bounty of the harvest. Then place 1 apple down on your plate or on your altar cloth, and then cut 1 apple in half horizontally so that the pentacle shows in the middle. And the apples are going to represent and call in the ancestors and pull on the whole and healthy ancestors who had the best interest of their descendants at heart and wanted them to prosper, survive, and thrive. Then lay out bits of cinnamon bark for abundance, protection of resources, and calling in the spirit world. Try to picture in your body or your mind the abundance of overflowing fields at harvest time, and ask that abundance to move into the matches. If you're not good at seeing pictures or visualization, you can just whisper or repeat your intention over and over again and ask that the matches be charged with abundance. You can also call that energy in by moving your hands in a circle in a clockwise direction several times over your matches. And to me, that sort of feels like gathering the energy of my spell intention up and stirring it into the matches. Then when you feel ready, you can say something like, "It is done," or seal the matches by drawing a pentacle on them and a circle with your finger to seal it. So remember to just let me know in the comments which of these spell themes might be most useful to you, or what kind of themes that you work with a lot in your practice. I want to thank you all for sending in some great questions for my Q&A celebrating 5,000 subscribers. Thank you all so much. That video will be coming out soon. And I do still have like maybe a week and a half left on my Patreon promo, where I offer you extra benefits for signing up and subscribing. And I'll link that in the description. And until next time, stay safe and be well.